All right, 10:14 is our time. That means it's time for a little Lights, Camera, McCarthy. And this morning, Kevin on the road once again, starting the holiday weekend down in the Big Easy. Please tell me you had some beignets for breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, I got to say it's extremely hot here, but it's amazing. Essence Festival is happening here as well. I'm down here for the new movie Haunted Mansion. The reason I'm in a hotel room is because the Wi-Fi around the area isn't super great, so we had to get the shot right. But it is gorgeous down here, and Essence Festival is happening. I want to say Lauryn Hill's playing tonight. It's going to be a huge day. Haunted Mansion, as I mentioned, is the reason I'm here. I'm talking to Lakeith Stanfield, Rosario Dawson, Jamie Lee Curtis, and the one and only Tiffany Haddish. Now, in a weird coincidence, I spoke to Tiffany Haddish 2 days ago on Wednesday for her new series, The Afterparty, the season 2 of that series. And it was kind of a funny coincidence because I don't think she knew that I was coming down to New Orleans to talk to her for Haunted Mansion. So here's a clip of our interview talking about The Afterparty a little bit, and then a little message she gave me, and then I'll see her tonight for the interview for Haunted Mansion. Take a look. What was that appointment show that was important to you that you would get in front of the TV for every week because you wanted to watch it?
Family Matters.
Do you remember what that was meant to you to watch that growing up?
Oh, it meant a lot to me. See, Steve Urkel was like the finest character to me. Like, I really liked him a lot. And because he was the only black man that I knew that like was near my age and that existed besides Mr. T that had his own cereal. He had a cereal, he had a doll, he had a clothes. Like, it was, I never saw that before, and I don't think I've seen it since. Have you? Except for like dudes on the Wheatie box, but that's not even, it's not named after them. I mean, those are Urkelos, I believe they were called.
Urkelos?
I believe they were called Urkelos. Or Urkel Box, but like he had his own, like that character had his own thing in like, and then Mr. T had a cereal, the Mr. T cereal, but Mr. T was so much older than me, so it was like, those are the only two black men that I know in existence that had their own cereal. Even though they are, you know, that's not their real names, they're, you know, they play characters, but those characters, I never, you know. So to me, that like if you got a cereal, I have to watch you. But I watched them before because I just also thought like guys that are kind of nerdy like that and like socially awkward, I think they're so hot. And I just feel like he made a story move forward, and like I enjoy being around people like that, and I might be that type of person. And it's so good to see you again. You looking good. You've been working out. I mean, no, let me take that back. You look horrible.
Okay, I'm going to see you in 2 days, Tiffany, in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you coming to Essence?
I'll be there for Haunted Mansion.
Ooh, look at you in these Essence streets.
First time we met was girls' trip.
I remember. So I expect you to give me a hug.
I will definitely give you a big hug. And Zach, if you want to come join in the hug, fly there as well. We'll do a group hug.
Yes,
I'm big at Essence. People demand that I be there, and so I will.
The ladies love him at Essence. The ladies love him because they know he got a job.
I love Tiffany Haddish. So Tiffany Haddish is starring in The Afterparty. Season 2 drops July 12th, and I will be seeing Tiffany Haddish later on this evening here in New Orleans for Haunted Mansion, which I'm very, very excited about. I'll be sitting down with her and recent Academy Award winner Jamie Lee Curtis today, so stay tuned for that.
You won't just be seeing her later, Kevin. You'll be hugging her later.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a big hug later on. I'm excited. Yeah.
I love it. All right. Also, talk to me about one of my faves, Tom Holland. In the crowded room.
Yeah, love Tom Holland. So sticking with the Apple TV Plus theme, basically the after parties on Apple TV Plus. The Crowded Room is a new show on Apple TV Plus. Episode 6 drops tonight. We had part 1 of Tom Holland a few weeks ago, and now in this interview, you're going to see him opening up a lot about mental health, because this series really touches on mental health in a very special way. His character essentially is taken in for an alleged crime that he committed, and through the interrogation of those moments with Amanda Seyfried, we learn about his character and mental health. Take a look. But I've dealt with, on a personal note, with mental health my entire life in terms of being on medications and in therapy. I'm on Prozac now, and I feel like to say that out loud is not something you could do 10 years ago. And it's gotten more destigmatized. And at the end of every episode, you have a note about get help if you need it. And I wanted to ask you, as an actor, I first interviewed you on The Impossible, and to now, how you've seen the industry change in terms of mental health and talking about it more. And you've been very open about it yourself.
Yeah, I think it's a very important thing to talk about, you know, because mental health is an invisible affliction, you know. You can't see it. It is it's difficult to sympathize with people sometimes. You know, my brother Harry suffers from anxiety, and when we were figuring out that kind of path that he was on, I used to find it really difficult to understand why he was feeling the way he was feeling, because what he was stressed about seemed so crazy to me. And it took years of listening to him and understanding him, and then making shows like The Crowded Room, speaking to people like Akiva Goldsman, understanding the power of the human mind and what we can do in order to survive, and what we can do that's also detrimental to our day-to-day life. I think the link at the end of the episode is a really, really important thing, and I'm glad that Apple did it, because there are not many people doing that. The hardest thing with mental health is that first step of asking for help. It's a really, really difficult thing to do, and, you know, I've been quite vocal about it on social media, just to support my brothers and my friends and people that I know who are suffering. I have very minor things that I go through, and I've acknowledged the triggers that set me off, and, you know, I've given up drinking now. I'm 1.5 years sober. It's the best thing I've ever done. I feel so mentally clear. I sleep better. I am happier in life. And I did so just because I thought I needed to take a break, and it's completely changed my life. It's made me feel so much mentally stable.
All right, that is Tom Holland. The Crowded Room is streaming now on Apple TV+. I'll be back at 11:30 to review the new Indiana Jones film, so stay tuned. And miss you guys and love you guys in studio. I'll see you back on Monday morning.
All right, have a hurricane for me. Thanks, Kev.
Thank you, guys.
Taylor, over to you.
All right, it's now